Hello. This training video will briefly discuss how policies have historically been formatted at UNC and introduce the current university requirements. The video will then introduce you to the template documents that you can use to reformat your existing policies, standards, and procedures to align with the current university requirements. Historically, policy documents at UNC have been written by each individual unit, school, or department, hereafter referred to as units. Some units had their own templates, while other units relied on whatever formatting the policy author at the time used. Over time, this created policy documents that looked dramatically different depending on which unit or even which year a document was written. This varying look and feel made it difficult to quickly identify certain key policy information across units, such as to whom a document applied. When the Office of Ethics and Policy was created in early 2017, one of its first accomplishments was to create standardized templates for all units at UNC to use. There are templates for university-level policies, standards, and procedures, and different templates for unit-level policies, standards, and procedures. The templates are available on the Ethics and Policy website as downloadable Word documents. The templates are also preloaded into the university's official policy repository called PolicyStat. Additionally, the UNC Standard on Policies requires that all university policies, standards, and procedures must use the standardized university templates. Unit-level policies, standards, and procedures do not have to use the unit templates, but the Office of Ethics and Policy strongly encourages it as a best practice. The various templates are identical in many respects, with only a few key differences between them. Both university and unit templates each have sections for a purpose statement, scope of applicability, exceptions, definitions of key terms, related requirements, such as other relevant UNC policies, as well as external regulations, and a contact section. The major difference between the various documents are the policy statement, procedure, and standard sections. Obviously, a policy statement goes into a policy template, a procedure goes into a procedure document, and a standard goes into a standard document. Let's now look at the templates themselves to get a better sense of what this looks like in the real world. This is the first page of the Word version of the University Policy Template. Note the structured formatting. You can see the purpose, scope, policy statement, exceptions, and definition sections. Please also note the "if applicable" that appears after the exceptions heading. This means that this section of the template is optional. You may not have any exceptions. You can delete any template sections where you see "if applicable" if you do not have any content for that section. Alternatively, you can leave the section in and simply say "none" to indicate that you have no information for that section. Finally, please note the italicized instructions throughout that can help guide you through filling in each section with the appropriate information. You should delete the italicized instructions from each section after you populate each section with the appropriate information, as they are intended only for creating a new document, not for use by the end user reading the finished policy document. The second page of the Word version of the University Policy Template has additional sections for related requirements and contact information. Note again the "if applicable" after the external regulations and consequences and the university policies, standards, and procedures sections, indicating these sections are optional. You can delete the entire related requirements section if your document does not have any external regulations or other university policies, standards, or procedures to cite. If you do have a related standard or procedure, please be sure to list it in the University Policies, Standards, and Procedures section. The Policy Contact section is where you can put the title of the person who is the subject matter expert in this area and should be the first point of contact for anyone with additional questions after reading through the policy document. Units can put a specific person's name or simply a title. just posting a title with an office email and/or phone number is a great way of ensuring your document is always up to date, even as specific people come and go from your office. However, other units prefer to list a specific individual's name as well. The choice is the unit's, but the main idea is to give the end user reading your document enough information to be able to follow up and ask additional questions as needed. Finally, the subject matter expert should evaluate each follow-up question to see if it makes sense to incorporate that question into the policy the next time the policy is due for review. Repeatedly getting the same question is a great indicator that the subject matter expert needs to add or clarify language in the policy document. Next, we have the University Standard and Procedure template. The Standard and Procedure templates are combined into one Word document because they are identical except for the section where you enter the document title and the actual standard or procedure at the bottom of the first page of the template. Otherwise, the template is very similar to the University Policy template. There are purpose and scope of applicability sections on the first page, with additional identical sections on the following pages, which we will discuss on the following slides. On the second page, you can see the same definitions and related requirements sections as in the University Policy template. If you do have definitions you want to list, one option is to simply list the terms in the University Policy template and then refer back to the University Policy template in the standard or procedure documents. This helps to avoid typos or errors over time where a definition is updated on one document but not another. Finally, the third page continues the related requirements information and also has the contact information. For any standard or procedure, please be sure to include a reference to the relevant policy or policies in the University Policies, Standards, and Procedures section.